Moving on to the main card at UFC Tampa. This was hell of a card, my friend.
Oh,
I will take
crazy,
a
man.
card like this any day of the week.
Free on ESPN too. Man.
People really got the free money's worth, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Starting out the night was Navajo Sterling coming in off the Contender Series, facing Tuco Tokos out of Killcliff FC down in Florida.
Yeah, so this one I think Sterling's probably going to take it as more of a lesson. He got away with the W against who was not supposed to be a tough opponent for him.
Hmm.
But yeah, this one went the whole decision there. Everybody was expecting Sterling as a 7-1 favorite to put it to Tukos, and it looks like Tukos gave him more of a challenge than he was anticipating.
Well, I just think the challenge wasn't necessarily, like exchanging. Because, he beat him 21-10, 22-10. In third round, he really turned it up. And I was actually proud of Tokos for staying up and fighting in the game. I think
Yeah,
it was more of just he didn't hurt him as bad as he thought he would.
yeah,
He kept throwing stuff at him, hitting him clean.
yeah,
And Tokos would just be right back. Give me six more, dude, and I'll throw one back
yeah,
at you. I really expect that Sterling, I think, expected to really walk in there and just put him out in the first round, and that's not what
yeah.
happened. And then the old young gun in him came out in the third, landed another 35 significant strikes, and still didn't put him out. I'm sure if you asked him, he'd be like, I don't know what the hell that dude's actually made of.
Yeah. Why is your head so hard? But yeah.
He pieced him up 100-34. I was proud of Tokos. And Sterling actually got taken down three times.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
went
He did
down
get
in
in
like the
there.
second, in the third. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, yeah. To
Like,
see what
Tokos
Tokos
might
could
have a
do with
chance
that.
here. Like the live betting, I almost jumped on it. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
at minus
yeah.
12
Here we
or
go.
plus 1200 right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Halfway through the second round, old boy's still
Yeah.
standing there. Everybody was betting against him, dude.
Submission as your Christmas present thought. And
All right, Navajo Sterling comes in, proves himself, coming out of the Contender Series, right? That was his first fight out of the Contender Series.
yeah, yeah. Right
Yep.
after that knockout,
Oh,
getting
still
in there.
proving
Yes. Wins
himself.
his debut.
Yep. Gets the decision win over Tokos. Moving on to Adrian Yanez and Daniel Marcos. This went to decision. Marcos came out on top. What a Jesus.
Holy crap. That was a brawl, man. Jeez, like there was times where I thought Marcos was gonna get put out. There a lot of times where I thought Yanez was done, and they just kept going right down to the last bit.
And this was we had a dick kick eye poke.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The
the double
double foul.
foul.
First time UFC history. Oh boy, kicked him downstairs and poked him at the same exact time.
And of course, Keith Peterson does not take a point.
Didn't it? Nope. Uh, I don't see why you would. That was just kind of crazy. I
Yeah,
mean, and Marcos, he came in with the takedowns, 2 for 4, defended
yeah.
everything Yanez had. It was there was even a point where Yanez was pushing his own pace.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because then was it a split decision?
I
I,
think it was a split. Yes, yeah, yeah. I
it
think
ended up
one
being a
judge
split
had it for
decision. One person
Yanez.
actually gave it to
Yeah,
Yanez. Yeah. Hell of a banger. Both of them looked great. I couldn't really, other than Yanez, maybe waiting a little longer and things like that. I can't really see anything both of them needed working on. That was an amazing fight, amazing matchup. We got everything we wanted out of these two fighters. It was a well-in decision right from Daniel Marquez.
yeah. But to be fair, it was Chris Lee who had it for Yanez, so kind of take that how you want to take.
That's true.
I don't.
Gotcha.
Chris Lee sees fights. How how Chris Lee sees fights.
You're defending the punches by using your face. You're winning. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, God bless. All righty, moving on. Well, actually, I just want to say Marco's 16-0, having to fight Yanez. That was great competition. He looked amazing.
yeah.
I think he's ready for a good step up competition.
Absolutely.
Moving on to where things start getting really fun. Vitor Petrino gets knocked out by Dustin Jacoby.
Man.
Round 3.
1 minute,
Oh,
22 seconds left in the third after Petrino had all but the victory secured. There's so many people on Sunday morning crying about their parlay busted because he's done it twice now. Twice now. Petrino, you go on the no bet list.
I ended up actually having Jacoby by decision, swear to God.
I saw that.
And I ended up losing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'll be truthfully, man, you think like it could have went either way. These
Yeah.
dudes 10, 12 first round. Jacoby actually outstrikes him in the first. Defends
Wasn't
the
there a point
takedown.
taken here in this fight as well?
I don't think so.
Because there was a lot of, or was that the next one? Because I think there was an
That was
inadvertent
Manel
groin.
Cop. And I think it was Bruno
Oh,
Silva kicked Manel 3 times.
oh, that's right. That's right. That was Silva. Yeah.
But here, Jacoby actually outstruck him in the first, defended a takedown,
Yeah.
lost, lost the second, but only by one strike, defended
Yeah.
another 2 takedowns, and defended one in the third and was winning 15-11. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it really could have went both ways. You got Chris Lee in there.
Yeah. You never know when Chris Lee and Adelaide Burr are on the judge table. They weren't both on the table this time, but yeah, it really could have been up in arms when it did come down to those judges' decisions there. But man, a minute 22. Dustin Jacoby takes it out of the judge's hands. Petrino thinking he's about to coast to a victory, and he gets put out again. Finished for the second time in a row. It's been an unfortunate run for
Yeah.
him.
And I never seen Dustin Jacoby be so patient, make sure he's never standing any, he never let Petrino dictate the pace.
Yeah,
Even when he got tagged a couple times, he kept his head together, kept
yeah,
stepping back, would come into the pocket, make him feel a little comfortable, step back out in his pace. And
yeah,
that's how Jacoby was just beautiful timing, using space. It was amazing. Like I'm
yeah.
proud of him. He looked amazing.
Absolutely. He was getting hit, but ultimately he was staying in it. He was staying to the outside, moving in, answering back, and ultimately Petrino, when he let his guard down for that
Yep.
split second, that's all it takes. And it was just that one shot, that beautiful right. He just clipped him and buckled him. My God. Dustin Jacoby. It'll be interesting to see who they match him up with next.
And what was crazy was, and I've seen posts on social media and stuff where it looked just like Usman's knockout of Masvidal.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're
And
exactly
way
right.
before any of these memes and crap came out, oh, in my head, I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
exactly how I look actually had that out there. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Actually,
Just the
I don't
way
think
he
that's right.
folded him,
But yeah,
and
he
it was
folded it with the
so.
arm coming over and all the way, face planted into their own leg.
Yeah, yeah.
One,
No, it
two,
was
follow
so
through.
out of pocket too. I was like watching my parlay, just about to cash, about to go grab another drink out of the fridge, and it's like, oh, there's Petrino laid out by Jacoby. Congratulations, Dustin Jacoby.
Yep, good for him. Good bounce back after the Reyes fight. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Moving on to Manel Cop versus Bruno Silva. Manel Cop gets a knockout in round 3, my man. I told you
Absolutely.
Manel Cop was going to come out just looking like a freak after that
Yeah.
bullshit fight with Makayev.
Yeah. After talking all that smack to Dana White too in the corner in between rounds 2 and 3 as well, he comes out and knocks him out.
100% one of the best performances ever from Manel
Yeah.
Cop. He
Yeah.
literally played with him for I'd say
Yeah.
at least 4 minutes of the fight.
Yeah. Bruno Silva did not have a chance in this one. I was expecting a lot better out of Bruno Silva.
Mhm.
Manel Kopp
I mean, he
came
didn't look
and made.
terrible, but like Cop was put on a show. I mean,
Yeah.
as big as much as Cop was dancing around and shit, he wasn't doing that great. He was
Yeah.
still getting caught.
Absolutely. It was great to see Kopp prove to everybody that the level that he's at. And man, Silva wanted to take a breath so bad. I think how many groin strikes did he get him in this? I think it was like what, 3? Yeah,
Yeah. He ended up getting a point taken in the second round. I think it was only the second round, actually, too.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. And those
agree.
were hard strikes,
Yeah.
man. Like a Kopp just went down to, uh
It was a great fight. Manel Cop, even though he took 60 shots, he was rolling off of them. Never
yeah,
actually walked into anything that I can remember.
no.
even though he was being cocky, he was doing it right.
Yeah, yeah, that's the perfect way to go out. In on the stool, asking Dana White to talk about fighting Pantoja, and then get off the stool to go knock out Silva.
And didn't
Good
he say
stuff.
fuck everybody?
Yeah, yeah.
You can
Well,
probably
he's
honest
right.
on
He's right.
YouTube.
We all doubted him. I even doubted him going into this one. I thought it was going to be close. I thought Silva might even beat him. But you know what? I was wrong. Respect the cop. In the press conference, Dana White said he's not getting Pantoja next, but he's going to get what he wants. So whatever that means, I think we're gonna see another exciting bout at flyweight. Whether Moreno comes for him, whether he's getting
Ooh.
Royval or Kai Kara, I can't wait to see either of those. The way he performed last night.
I, I like the Brandon Moreno matchup. I don't know about the Kai Car France. I think Kai Car France's style is bad matchup for the now cop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It'd be
Truthfully, I
interesting.
do. And yeah, I just brain farted. Whatever is what it is. Oh, yeah, Moreno, he can adapt to anything. So I'd really like to see that matchup over the Kai Kara France for sure. Even though he
Yeah,
may not be ready for it. But we'll see one of these days. I think that'll be the go-to because he looked really great his last fight.
yeah. Or maybe they give him Asakura.
Ooh,
That's also
that'd be a crazy matchup too.
yeah,
Yeah, he shot zero takedowns. Caught, did not try one takedown.
yeah,
God bless. He was on a roll. Perfect. Moving on to my favorite fight of this evening. I hit fat on this bad boy. Called it. Cub Swanson knocks out Billy Quarantillo. Oh
beauty,
my gosh, he set
beauty.
the world on fire, baby. 40-year-old coming out knocking
Absolutely.
out Quarantillo.
Yeah. No, I had Cub
Who
on
won?
this too there. I definitely took the money line at plus money for Cub Swanson. It had me a little bit worried at the start where he was coming out with his hands down. I'm like, oh man, I know it's his
It's how
style,
he fights.
but against Billy Q, man, do you really want to do that? Do you want to take that risk? But no, he was that right hand was landing all day. I
Yep.
don't think he could have missed it if he tried.
I don't I don't know if you saw like really close to the knockout, pay attention, but oh boy had his mouth open.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he know it was late. And like you said, you can only take so many of them, man.
Yeah.
And especially when you're tired like that and you're breathing, your mouth's open, it hits the button just right again. It's you're gonna go to sleep. It is what it is.
Absolutely. And I
But there
mean,
was
three
nothing he could
rounds
do.
deep, he's thinking about it the whole time. Like he tagged him with it how many times before that? And it's like, oh man, it's coming again. It's coming again. And it came and went. That's for sure.
Dang. Say anybody who didn't get to watch this fight, it was purely amazing. Yeah, Cub Swanson gets a knockout round three, but you're pretty much even. Round one, 39-37, 40-38. It's not
Oh,
like
yeah.
Cub Swanson was just like landing everything he wanted to. He had to earn it every freaking exchange,
Oh,
man.
absolutely. He was getting tagged up in two, and it would have been interesting to see what those scorecards read if it went to
That's
that,
true.
because you
I never
really
thought of
never do
that.
know it. Yeah.
Because I
For those,
mean, even leading up to the round three knockout, when they was tagging each other, they weren't laying each other on their ass or nothing.
no, no, they were piecing each other the whole thing through, rock 'em, sock 'em. Like I mean, those old boys put on a show.
I ended up getting Cobb Swanson plus 450 on the knockout, baby. I was pretty pumped on that.
Absolutely.
I got 100,
41 years
150 on it.
old does it.
Ended up being saving my ass. Well, congrats to Cub Swanson. We don't know if we'll see him back in the cage again. That would be a hell of a high note to walk out on.
Yeah,
I think he should
absolutely.
ride off into the distance, my friend. He's been around since the WEC.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, that to go out on a knockout like that, ultimately, we don't want to see him on the other end of it. We all love Cub Swanson,
True.
and to go out like this,
I'd love to see Billy maybe get in there once or twice more, though.
I
I'd love to
certainly
see
think.
him.
I don't think Billy's done yet at 36 years old. I think he's definitely got a few more fights. He was very competitive against Cub Swanson. He always brings the
Oh, yeah.
excitement. There are people for Billy Q to match up with at featherweight, and we'll tune in always.
And I'm going to agree that even at 41, Cub Swanson does not have a very long line of people who want to fight him.
No, no. Yeah, you're always rolling the dice. Swanson can prove Saturday night that he can still put people out 41 years young.
He defended 8 takedowns still. So who the hell are you going to put against Cub Swanson anyway? He got taken down 3 times and got back up at 41. So
Absolutely.
I really hope he rides off on a high horse, but it is what it is.
For
Perfect.
sure.
Moving on to your main event of UFC
Ooh.
Tampa. Colvin Covington versus Joaquin Buckley. Buckley gets a doctor stoppage in round 3.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't looking good for Colby. Like it was no, like I mean, okay, round one, it's like all right, well, he's weathered it. Maybe he'll find the takedown, and then rounds 2 and 3, it's like one of these are gonna land, and it's not gonna look good.
What do you think of Dana White's comment of that wouldn't get stopped in Vegas? If they would have let it go to the 4th and 5th round, maybe Buckley wouldn't have won.
You know what? That is a possibility, and that's the huge narrative. But I mean, everybody said the same thing when it came down to Nate Diaz getting stopped with Jorge Masvidal in that huge cut when they were in New York. They're in Florida, which a little bit more lenient of a commission than New York, but ultimately, Vegas probably would have stopped it too. It was right there in his eye. You could even hear the audible of the doctors say like he's gonna lose his eye. So it's unfortunate that's a cut, but Colby was getting hit hard, man. I don't think he would have took much more of those. Like if Buckley still had the energy, and I mean he's proved he can do that high pace through all 3 rounds. I think it was one of his first 5 round fights. Maybe Colby would have landed the takedown, but it probably would have depended on how round 4 went. If Buckley kept hitting on round 4, I don't think nothing would come in round 5 that would
Buckley's
change
gas
the.
tank really didn't look that bad.
No, he looked
So I
phenomenal.
don't know what they were seeing. He was up. He was three-pieced them up to every shot. Colby Covington up 24-8 in round 3 already.
Yeah,
So it was already getting worse. I think that's what the refs and stuff are really waiting on to see if he's going to be able to defend himself in any shape or form and defend that eye.
yeah,
But in the 3rd round, it's the worst round he'd had so far.
yeah, yeah. And I
So when
mean,
you
he
look at
got he got him
refs
down in
stepping
the.
in,
I mean, he got him down in the 3rd round. Like you could see all the blood all over Joaquin, but I
oh,
mean,
dude, it almost looked like a blood piece of skin was overlaying over his leg at one point, man.
yeah.
He
But
was
I guess
leaking.
he kept on like every time they would fix it up in the corner, it was bothering him a lot. He would just rub at it and it would come bleeding again. I think the just the condition of the eye, if the eye wasn't completely injured himself, it would eventually have led to a knockout there because I mean Buckley would have threw something. He would have go to wipe the eye out. He would have missed something coming at him that ultimately would have led to the finish. Is what I think.
See, the thing I was looking at is, Colby's it's just as seasoned as every champion. He's, you know what I mean? In the UFC,
Yeah,
every top athlete. I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and I can get judged. You can judge me however the fuck you want. I think Colby was looking for a way out, man. And he knew if he started
yeah,
messing with that eye, it'd start bleeding again, start gushing. Because he came in, whatever game plan he came in with, it wasn't even close.
yeah. Well, I mean, he
I
took
mean, I
it on
hate to say
short.
it.
He took it on short notice ultimately, and that kind of fallout kind of created 2 matches we weren't expecting because initially we were supposed to get Ian Gary
Ian,
against
yep.
Buckley, which I hope we still get, but ultimately it led to Shavkat and Gary, and then ultimately Kobe and Buckley. So Kobe didn't have a camp. He's not really at MMA Masters anymore, from what I've heard, and he was essentially just training with Chael Sonnen and maybe Hulk Hogan on the side. Who knows? But I guess he was just really being coached by Sonnen for the time that he was preparing for Buckley. So it'd be interesting to see how it would have went had Colby Covington trained an entire camp for Joaquin Buckley and was prepared to take him on full fledged.
Yeah, I'm not going to give him that big of a leash, truthfully. He's talked too much shit in his last 3 fights, and it is what it is, man. I don't think
Yeah.
his head's in it anymore. He's not the same. And his type of style, you just got to be a dog and killer because he doesn't have the knockout style like Buckley does.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
he's got to
the
go,
weight
go,
class
go,
is
go,
just
go.
it's weight class is gone for him, man.
Yeah.
What matchup do you other than climbing down the ladder? What matchup can you even give him now?
Yeah,
Lost to Leon
absolutely.
Edwards, got his ass whipped by Joe Queen Buckley.
Hmm.
I mean, that's where I'm at. And I don't really see the Aaron now that Ian Gary lost to Shavkat. Unfortunately, I don't
Yeah.
see that matchup between him and Buckley happening.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. And Hamzat's up at middleweight, so ultimately we wouldn't see them fight at
like,
welterweight.
yeah, we might see it in 3, 4 years after both of them dudes maybe fight for a title and lose too.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that weight class is going to start getting sparse.
Yeah, absolutely. What happened to welterweight? It was popping.
Well, old boy came in, just started, and nobody got a chance.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
All righty, perfect. That is y'all's recap for UFC Fight Night in Tampa. We got 4 weeks off. We'll try to send some type of videos out, keep you guys all rolling, maybe pick some upcoming fights of the year that we like and break down early.
Yeah.
See y'all next time.
Catch you later.
Fight Time Network.